On the road to victory, we compete with the best, with ourselves. Making the most of every second, every corner. We fight, we push the limits. Be it sweat or tears, barriers or curves, together we race, and stronger we rise.
Five lights will illuminate when they go out.
2022 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia begins now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome along to the second of two races from Zhuzhou. It's John Hindhaugh with you in the action on what is a nigh-on perfect day. Sun has been shining since early this morning. Sixth round of the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia for 2022. And my goodness me, what a weekend we're having here already. Lots of storylines to catch you up on. We'll do that in a wee moment. But the good news is we've got cars on the grid, and we've got a lot of cars on the grid. If you weren't with us yesterday, a little bit of carnage at the opening of yesterday's race. Let's catch up on what happened yesterday.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What a wonderful day in Zhuzhou. Welcome to the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2022 Round 6. My name is Jade Lin. Joining me now is the Senior Manager, One Make Series, Mr. Dario Garcia. Good morning, Dario. How do you feel coming back to Zhuzhou, where we start this season?
Good morning, Jade. We are back to Zhuzhou. We came here for the first time in 2021. I think the track is quite new. I mean, it has not even 3 years old, and that's a very reliable venue to do race events. So we're happy to be here for the seventh race, right?
Do you think our drivers make some progress after 5 rounds?
I mean, yes, definitely. If you look at the qualifying yesterday, there is, I think, 1 second between the pole and the 10th. So that's definitely everyone is getting the feel of the new 911 GT3 Cup, and the competition is very tight. So qualifying is a real demonstration of how competitive our series is.
And I think due to the points, I can see like it's very, very competitive for all categories, right?
Yeah, I mean, overall, Leo seems unstoppable. However, it's our two talent pool, Quailo and Lincoln, haven't said their last word. They are chasing him and waiting for any opportunity. In Pro-Am, there is only 3 points between Lu Wei and Bao Jinlong. I mean, yesterday Lu Wei's DNF helped Bao Jinlong to come up. a little bit, so that makes the competition very, very tight. And in AM, there's only 6 points between the first three, so Tang Robin is leading by 1 point over the Henry and Eric Kwong. So that's definitely nothing is set. Yeah,
it's very exciting already. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.
Now we're gonna have a chat with our drivers. Stay tuned.
Driver interviews coming up in a moment or two with Jade down there on the grid. Dario Garcia there making the point of how tight it is since yesterday. That 4-5 car accident coming out of turn 3 took out Liu Wei from his lead in the championship in Pro-Am. Daniel Liu went long involved as well. He qualified third for this race, but he's got a 10-spot penalty for an unsafe rejoin. Liu Ye, pretty much a whole weekend ahead now. You can get 57 points in the championship weekend, and 54 points in the weekend, excuse me. But it's much tighter in the other classes. Pro-Am, now just 3 points between Liu Wei and Ba Jinlong. Zhou Biwan still in the hunt, and Tang Robin holds on to his championship lead after Henry Kwong came through to win yesterday. He's up into second, some 3 points ahead of his brother. So let's head to the outside of the front row. Ling Kong got his best start yesterday.
Good morning, Ling Kong. You had a really good start yesterday, and I heard you are using new tires today. What's your target for today's race?
I will try to do a better start, even more than yesterday, and use my new tire to try to attack Leo today.
You feel more confidence now?
Yeah, I think it's the best chance of the season so far.
Okay. Good luck and have a good race today.
Ling's not converted his qualifying potential. 2 front row starts at the last round, and that's 2 rounds at V1 Tianjin, and he fluffed his lines on both of those, to be honest. They aren't the easiest cars to get off the line, in all honesty. And even our championship leader has struggled a little bit, particularly when a new clutch goes in. It's a little bit cooler than it was yesterday afternoon when we raced for the first time. 28 Celsius with an 85% chance of staying dry. And as far as the tyres are concerned, when we were up to 51, 52 yesterday, it's still toasty for the Michelin tyres, 48 Celsius. So those drivers who have, like Ling Kang, held on to a new set of tyres, they'll have to bring them in steadily, can't just go for it. So just on 2 miles, just over 2 miles, 3.77 kilometres, 14 corners, overtaking spots, well, certainly down at turn 3, we had 3 wide there yesterday, maybe turn 5 as well. That's where it starts to rise, and then up over the top of the hill, down to 8, back up to 10, and right the way around to 13. That's the undulating area. Be careful on that first corner, because as we know, it can catch you out. It looks so inviting. Well, the engines have started, and I'll give you a look at the grid in a moment, but it looks like we've got all 22 cars back on the grid after the shenanigans yesterday, so it's been hard work for quite a lot of the teams. No surprise to see the 777 of Liu He and Zhuzhou Racing back on top of the pile. This is the formation lap then. A little bit of rubber down. Watch out for the 99, the dark crimson fronted car of Lucky Lo, Toro Racing driver. He's really beginning to get into his stride. Here's how they'll line up then. 777 Liu Ye championship, runaway championship leader, set a new record yesterday for 5 consecutive wins. Ling Kong will be trying to get off the grid a little better. Lu Wei is back in with a shout here for R&B Racing. The black and purple car still just about holding on to the Pro-Am lead. Then it's the 233, Young Yendong. Yuan Bo in the 718. That's the red, white and black car. Bianye for Team Shanghai. Yonda and Bao Long, his teammate. Work to do for the team yesterday, but they turned round Bao to get some important points in the Pro-Am Championship. Zhuzhou won in 9th position. 10th is Heng Shuzhou. And as we go down through the rest of the field, Min Heng in the 66 for Toro Racing on the inside of row 6. On the outside of that row is Wang Zhongwei, Climax Racing. Then it's Daniel Lu Wenlong, should have been 3rd, unsafe rejoin, which caused that accident out of turn 3 down to turn 4. So 2 penalties in 2 races, 2 race weekends for the Meidong Racing driver, last year's champion. He really needs good points today. Alongside him on row 7 will be Li Chao, the Better Life team car. Then Henry Kwong, best of the arm drivers, ahead of Tang Robin. Still holding on to that championship lead, Tang. Just a single point now from Henry Kwong, who's getting into his stride. Then it is Gao Yujie, and behind them, or alongside them, Eric Kwong. Then we have Chu Xiao for Team KRC and Jackie Wu in the number 69 car. Black and purple of the number 4 back on the grid, and by far the best of the Pro-Am runners. So really well done to R&B Racing in that machine, because they had some work to do after that car was up in the air. It's clattered back down onto the ground and then into the barriers. So let's hope for a clean race and no repeat of yesterday. Young Yendong at the 233, just slightly poking out the line there on the poles at the side, back on row 3, behind the number 99 of Lucky Lone Toro. Green flag at the back of the grid. Round 6 of the 2022 Porsche Carrera Cup is underway here at Zhuzhou. And once again, I'm afraid it's not a great start for the front row, sitting in the number 22. And here comes 99 around the outside. That is Lucky Low. Lincoln's just held onto it in the white and pink car. And the Oye gets the benefit. He's gone. 5, 6, 10 car lengths up the road, down towards turn 3. Lincoln on brand new tyres. He saved a set of Michelin slicks for this race. They are not an infinite resource, and there is a bit of tactics to play on, a little bit of shenanigans at the back of the grid again, but this time everybody gets back onto the track. The white oil dry marking the point of yesterday's big incident. And because it's offline, it hasn't really disappeared since yesterday. Side by side for second. Lucky Low in the maroon fronted car with the dark grey rear end. That's your Toro Racing team colours. Well, I did say in these hot temperatures that the BT Group Lincoln... Oh, and already a problem for Xu Xiao. Right at the back of the grid, the field. Now, was there maybe some fluid coming out of that car there as well? It's a huge lead as we come round to complete lap 1. 17 laps or half an hour, and Zhuzhou Racing, yellow and black 777, absolutely off into the distance. What's that, the best part of 3 seconds as they come across the line? 2.1 is what the official timing says from the 22 of Ling Kang for BD Group. Then Lucky Low in the 99. Down to 5th for Lu Wei, but that's still leading the Pro-Am. That's really important. Min Heng with a line of cars behind. Down the inside, Heng Shuzhou in the white car with the red stripes and the blue rear 3/4. That's the battle for 10th, 11th and 12th. Daniel Liu went long down there as well, and almost a little touch further back down the field. I was holding my breath there as Daniel Liu went long, was being challenged by, was that Hang Zhe? That's one of the Toro cars, actually. The one with the red mirrors, which makes that Bajin Long. So that's dropped back a wee bit if they were battling together. Let's check out the leaders in classes. Well, Liu Wei back underway as they go past the stricken 65 car of Zhuzhou from Team KRC. 5th place for Liu Wei R&B Racing. That's a good comeback. The leader comes through to complete another lap. In the AM category, it's Henry Kwong from Eric Kwong from Tan Robin. That would change the championship considerably. If it stayed like that, Tan Robin would end up in 3rd position. 37.9 is well off what we saw in qualifying, 2nd and a half or thereabouts. Double pole position for Liu Ye. Single qualifying session on Friday. Best lap setting the grid position for yesterday's race 1 and 2nd best for today. Daniel Liu went long, up inside the top 10. 7th position in class. He'll want to go forward from there. Remember, the cars are identical. It is the drivers who are graded. So potentially 17 laps or half an hour, 30 minutes on the clock when we started things off. Liu He then with a 1.8 second lead. Further back down the field, pick up a few of the battles in the wake of Liu Ye. Yellow flags are waving and the safety car boards are out. In fact, the safety car has just come onto the track in front of us here at the start-finish line, and that is for Zhuzhou's car, the Taycan all-electric sports saloon. Phenomenal acceleration, phenomenal handling. Already the recovery vehicle is rolling on the access road down towards the bottom of the hill at turns 5 and 6. So off the start, a rocket getaway from the pole man, but once again Lin Keng for BD Group in the white car on the right hand side of the track struggled to get the car moving. Now, having said that, as he went up through the gears, he actually recovered in what racing drivers call the second phase. He recovered quite well and managed to hold on to second place just about. Yeah, there was fluid coming from the left-hand front of Zhuzhou. There are radiators on the corners behind the front bumper, so there's been a bit of contact there, I'd guess, towards the back of the field. Zhuzhou and Team KRC, I'm afraid, getting the worst of that, but that shouldn't take too long to recover. I say that, I don't have to do it. As ever, we pass our thanks to the hard-working volunteer marshals in whatever capacity they are working this weekend. Whether they are waving flags, recovering cars, or whatever, medical as well, of course. So behind the safety car for the recovery of Zhuzhou and Team KRC, and that is well underway. The pickup truck already at the scene And I think once we get that behind the barrier, we should be able to get going straight away. Zhuzhou rightly pulling the car over. Temperatures would have been going through the roof there. 510 horsepower or thereabouts from the naturally aspirated flat six. Venerable engine this has been. My goodness, we're gonna miss this one when it goes. The sound, the power delivery. Brand new 992 Carrera Cup car last year, and Carrera Cup Asia, one of only 5 championships to get it in its first year of competition. Moving into year 2 with this car, the teams think beginning to, well, they gained a huge amount of data last year, so understanding how to exploit the new features of this car. Much improved aerodynamics on the car. A whole new body style, of course, for the 992 over the 997.2 that did such fine work before it. The Cup cars all racing with the turbo S body with the air intakes around the front of the rear wheel arches, but even all the road cars have the wide body style now in 992. There's no narrow body. But these cars further developed from the road cars, full racing gearbox, although still with the double wishbone front end that the GT3 road car gets. Safety car lights are out. New rear spoiler on the car, much more adjustable. So we've got to come back to a green flag here, and Leo Ye's got to do it again, and he's picked his spot brilliantly as he came through the final chicane before the last corner, and as he crosses the line, he's already pulled out half a second's lead on Lin Kang in second place. The maroon-fronted car is Lucky Low for Toro Racing. That's the number 99 as the rest of the field stream through. Bianye, Team Shanghai Honda in the number 3 there, trying to make positions up on the 718 of Yuan Bo. Number 20, Daniel Liu Wenlong. Well, that safety car's kind of helped Daniel down the inside at turn 3. He's got Bajin Long to his right-hand side, and at turn 4 he makes the pass. Now, that's not a pass for position in class, but it is in the overall, and that puts Daniel Liu Wenlong up to 8th. Remember, starting at 13th after a 10-place grid penalty for unsafe rejoin yesterday, which caused that accident. And now he's chasing down the number 3 of Bianye, the other Team Shanghai Honda car. No, he's not seeing double. Side by side ahead as Yuan Bo has a look at Liu Wei. Now, Liu Wei in the purple and black car is not in the same category as the red, white and black number 718 behind. So that's not his race. Ball go down the inside at turn 4, and so he doesn't quite get there. And here comes the Team Shanghai Honda car behind of Bajin Long. Bajin Long in the same championship as the purple and black car, but not as the red, white and black car, and not as the silver and blue car, which has just gone past him. Daniel Liu Wenlong then goes through. Lin Kang takes the fastest lap of the race. The 2 Shanghai Honda cars in different classes. Red numbers for the pro car, red mirrors for the pro car, blue for the pro am car. So Bianye losing a position to his teammate. Also going through Hong Shenzhe in the white with red stripes, and the blue flashes down the side. No, he doesn't. And here comes the bright green car of Zhou. That's the number 2. All action down at turn 3, still side by side, as Hong Shenzhe tries to push his way through. But that isn't going to work. In fact, I think he's going to lose another position. That's the 55 Gao Yuzhe Team Jebsen car coming through. Is it? Maybe it wasn't. Side by side, Toyue. Excuse me, that's Henry Kwong in the 91, the AM class leader. So much further back down the field. Kwong then sitting in behind Bianye. Let's head back further up the field. Daniel Liu Wenlong in behind Yuan Bo. Now that is a battle for class position. Oye resets the fastest lap with a 37.5 at the front of the field. Top three are breaking away just a little bit from the 2:33 of Zheng Jiandong. Has got the number 4 of Liu Wei not too far back. Behind that purple and black car is the battle for what is 5th place in the pro class, 6th place overall. Daniel Liu Wenlong rather fired up, I think it's fair to say, after 2 penalties in 3 races. Got a 5-second penalty in the second race at Tianjin. The problem for him was it was applied at the end of the race and we finished at the safety car, so he crossed the line second, but that pushed him down to 13th. So he lost a handful of points there. 17 points went begging there. Yesterday, he didn't finish the race because he was involved in the accident, deemed to have been a major cause, and demoted 10 places today. So the fight back for Daniel Liu Wenlong. Last year's champion, remember, in that number 20 car, the silver, blue and black machine, just pulling out the line for a moment down the hill at turn 4, behind Yuan Bo, who's charged towards the front of the field, has seemingly stalled for the moment, sitting in behind the black and purple Liu Wei R&B racing car. Liu, by the way, leading in Pro-Am at the moment, and he's got those 2 cars between himself and Bajin Long. He didn't finish yesterday. He was one of the cars involved in the kerfuffle. So he needs to get back on championship form. He'd been doing a similar job to that which Liu Ye has been doing in the main championship. And that came to a full stop yesterday. Now, Yuan Bo going down the hill there, just lost the back end for a moment. Just started looking a bit squirrely, sliding around as he was going down through the gearbox and braking into that tricky downhill area. And Daniel Liu Wenlong sees that. He sees that there's an opportunity. And through 5 and 6, he's gone through, but he's lit up his Michelins. He's on the curb, and that might give an opportunity for Yuan Bo to come back. They almost touch as they come all the way down the hill. Big lock up behind from Bajin Long as he tries to close in. And Daniel Liu Wenlong, Yuan Bo still side by side. Daniel in the GT silver, black and blue car. And I think that is now done. It is now done. My goodness, half a lap of side-by-side racing. Daniel Liu Wenlong up into 6th position and 5th in the pro class. Needs big points today to get his championship back on track. Always difficult to win a championship, some say even more difficult to defend it. And that's what Daniel Liu Wenlong is trying to do this year. He's immediately pulled away from Yuan Bo. I think he's got a tyre advantage going through turn 1. I thought I saw the back end of that 718 moving around a lap ago when we were coming down to this part of the track at the bottom of the hill of turn 3. Let's watch him this time and see how the car is behaving. He's still backing it in. Now that'd be fine at Mategi this weekend for MotoGP, but I don't think that's the best way to get a Porsche 992 Cup car into turn 3. He's right on the ragged edge of adhesion, and Bajin Long in the number 6 car behind him for Team Shanghai Yonder, the 14 dealer groups who are registered for the dealer trophy this year. Yeah, he's struggling. Ewan Bohr is definitely struggling. At the hairpin in the middle part of the circuit, just of the other side of the track from the pits. That's another downhill entry point. Lovely floor to this circuit. Only 3 3/4 kilometres around, but they've packed in 14 corners, and there is rise and fall, and that I always think adds character to a racetrack. It's by no means pancake flat. Ewan Bohr struggling for rear grip in that 718. Min Hung now sitting in behind Bao Jinlong, so that's a battle for position, second and third in the Pro-Am category. So the red, white and blue car and the Toro car with the crimson front end, they are battling for second and third in their category, and at the moment they're bottled up, and I say that with much respect, because Ewan Bohr's doing a good job, a little more conservative on the brakes this time, but he gets a little tap on the rear bumper for his trouble. I think he knows he was getting too close to the edge there, braked a little bit earlier, and Bao Jinlong was right there with him. This is becoming an interesting little battle then behind Ewan Bohr, because we've now got 4 Porsches there. Bao and Min Hung battling for second and third in Pro-Am. Then it's the number 3, Bianye, which is the other team Shanghai Yonder car, which is not too far back. Now, at the front of the field, here's something I've not said for a very long time. Liu Ye is being caught. The lead, which he stretched out to a second and a half, almost 2 seconds after the restart, is now down to a second as he crosses the line. Number 22 in second, Lin Keng for BT Group, one of the teams that are run by legendary outfit Absolute Racing, who are based, for the most part at least, their main centre of operations at the Shanghai circuit. Now Daniel Liu Wenlong is desperately trying to get back onto the tail of the lead battle, and so the Pro-Am leader is his next target. Now Liu Wei has to be sensible here. Finished up in the wall yesterday. He needs the points today, and he's not battling Daniel Liu Wenlong. Meantime, in Am category, the number 91, Henry Kwong, not as far up the field as he was yesterday, sits in 15th, but leads the class by a couple of seconds, and this would take him to the class lead at the end of the weekend here at Zhuzhou, if he can hold on to that position. His brother is behind him, Eric Kwong, in the Kitty World Racing car. He's looking at the back of the Triple Ace multicoloured number 91. Tang Robin is another second and a half back, and that is first, second and third then in the Am category, separated by about 3.5 seconds. Now let's get back to that battle behind Ewan Bohr. 7th down, Ewan still hanging on. He's done a good job here, because of course as he was struggling for a little bit of grip, the tyre performance towards the end of the race will slightly balance out. His car's getting lighter, as are the people behind him. Yan Ye trying to help his teammate by getting past the number 66 of Min Hung. Again, that's not a class battle, but if Min can't hold that number 3 back, that's going to put a car between himself and second place in his class. And he was in the middle of the road there, rather defensive driving down at turn 3. And of course, the moment you do that, you start to lose momentum. You are, to coin a motor racing phrase, on a sub-optimal line. You're not getting the best out of the cornering ability of your Porsche Carrera Cup car. Bit of a lock-up in front of that battle. That was Bajilon. Just torturing his Michelin slightly. I think Ewan Bour's weathered that storm, you know, in the 718 in 7th position, the number 718. Daniel Liu Wenlong has not been able to put a move on Liu Wei. It's really good return to form from Liu Wei. Not at all his fault. The accident yesterday was an innocent party caught up in it. Oh, a little bit of a mistake there. Yan Ye has got by the 66 and might just be able to hold on to it. Here comes Min Hung round the outside at turn 1. Would be an audacious manoeuvre, but no, that is a confirmed pass for position now. So the number 3, Bian Ye, has put... Oh, he's gone wide at turn 2. Min Hung goes straight back underneath. So all that hard work at the end of the lap to get the nose of the Team Shanghai Yonder number 3 ahead. And down at turn 2, he went a little bit wide. Catching them up, by the way, is Zhou One in the Porsche Beijing Central and Golden Port entered car. It's the green and black car that is just hoving into view behind that battle for what is 9th, 10th and now 11th position, with that car almost hooking onto the back. At the front of the lead, Liu Ye clearly stung by my comment that he was being caught. Oh, huge lock-up by the Team Jebsen Gaoju UJ driven 55 car. I'll finish my thought. At the front of the field, Liu Ye stung by my comment that he was potentially being caught by Lin King. Has pulled out a second in the last 2 laps. 1.8 now, the gap between first and second as Liu Ye goes across the line. In fact, make that 2 seconds now. Liu Qilo is another second further back, and then there's a 6-second gap to the 2:33 of Young Jiandong. And 5 seconds back to the leader in Pro-Am. That's the number 4 of Liu Wei, the black and purple car, Daniel Liu Wenlong. Still challenging there, just half a second back in 6th position. Then the battle behind 7th placed Ewan Bo and Bao Xinong and Min Hung for 9th, and in 10th now Bian Ye dropped back behind Min Hung after getting his nose ahead for a moment. In the AM category, Henry from Eric Kwong, and Tang Robin is another call at 2 seconds behind them, 1 3/4 seconds. So that's the championship lead changing in that category if it stays like that. And I think Tang Robin will just hang on to his 2nd place. What was he, 4 points, 5 points ahead of Eric. So that's going to be tight, but Henry Kwong will go to the top and pull out a, let me see, 7-point lead. At the front of the field, it will surprise you not at all if you followed this season to know that Liu He and Kunchi Racing have consolidated that lead now after the safety car restart. Liu Wei, sitting in 5th position, leads his class for Pro-Am. It's Daniel Liu Wenlong right in his wheel tracks. It's not a battle for position. The pace that Daniel had early on suggests to me that he'd got some decent tyres. Well, he didn't use much rubber, did he, yesterday, because he only got to about here. Actually, about here, off on the right-hand side, which is why all of that oil-dry product is still on the road. Daniel may be now unable to do anything about that black and purple car. As I said, they're not in the same class, and what Daniel really wants to be is about 4.5 seconds up the road and on the back of Dong with an opportunity to get into 4th position and nick a couple of extra points in the pro category. He's going to have a great second half of the season if he's going to defend his championship. 2:33 is Young Yendong for the racing team. And it is, you do say it like that, it is a play on words, and it's meant to sound like a chuckle, a giggle, if you will, kind of thing. Just having a little laugh. Not sure it's at anybody's expense. Great livery on that car as well. Meantime, behind Young Yendong is this battle between the black and purple. Number 4 of Liu Wei is Daniel Wendong. Number 20, Daniel Liu Wenlong for Meidong Racing. Last year's champion in this series with Team Jebsen. Oh, he has got a little bit of Michelin performance left, hasn't he? Closing up to turn 17, to turns 5 and 6, excuse me. He's looking down the inside at the bottom of the hill at turn 7 and 8. Yeah, starting to move around behind Liu Wei. I think the opportunity to get to 4th place and Young Yendong is gone. 777 comes to the line once again, and it's another convincing victory. The records keep coming for Liu Ye. That's now 6 in a row. Coming through for 5th place, the winner of Pro-Am, Liu Wei, will win it from Bao Long, who just holds off Min Hung at the end of the race, and will wait for the Am leader to come through, which he does now. That's Henry Kwon. That will take him to the top of the Am Championship. What a comeback after a bad start to his season here in the first round of the championship. Zhuzhou Racing extend their lead and their grip on the dealer championship with yet another win. Nothing but 25-point scores, 6 in a row. It was a record with the 5th win yesterday, and that has been extended. Second place for Ling Kang. I think Ling would be a little more pleased with his result today. Did have a new set of Michelins on there, saved them, but he still didn't get a great start. Liu Kilo from Toro Racing in 3rd, and just off the podium, Young Yendong. Then Liu Wei winning the Pro-Am category, ahead of Bao Xinlong and Min Heng. A good drive back through the field as well, we should say, in 6th position. Daniel Liu Wenlong should have started 3rd, demoted to 13th with that 10-spot penalty for his part in the accident yesterday. Fought his way back to 6th. Henry Kwong winning in Am in the Triple Ace racing car, and that will give him the championship lead in the Am category. That isn't somebody reversing up to do a delivery, that is the pit lane beeper to let everyone know that there are cars in the lane. Liu Ye works hard on his celebrations. He must be running out of them now. That's 6 in a row. Hop, skip and a jump into his team in Parc Fermé. And he's streaking ahead. in the championship. Absolutely knocking it out of the park. What's he got now? Almost 160 points ahead of Lin Kung in second place. He's got more than a whole weekend's worth of points anyway. Right, subject to confirmation, here are the results. Liu Ye wins it again. That's 6 on the bounce for him ahead of Lin Kung for BT Group. Lu Kilo for Toro Racing. And the 233, Young Yenjong just off the podium. It was Lu Wei back to winning ways in 5th position. He wins the Pro-Am category ahead of Bao Xinlong and Min Hung in 2nd and 3rd. And Henry Kwong in the number 91 for Triple Ace Racing takes the Am category ahead of his brother in the 23. The Kiddie World Racing of Eric Kwong. Tang Robin continues his run of podium finishes, but will cede the lead in the Am Championship. I reckon he just about holds on to 2nd place in the championship, but we'll confirm all of that for you. So let's just see if Jade has managed to grab our winner. Not sure what we can say to him now. We've interviewed him 5 times already. He's only missed 1 pole position. So well over, well, getting into double figures of interviews if you count the start and the finish of the race. He's making his way to Jade now, down by the car. Let's head down to Parc Fermé and hear what Liu He has got to say on his record-extending 6th win of the season.
Let's have a talk with Liu Ye from Jingje Racing. Congratulations! 6th week in a row. How do you feel? What do you want to say to your team and your fans?
I feel so proud of my team. They worked really, really hard for the whole weekend. And last night, they're still making sure we have a proper setup, proper balance for today's race because it's longer than yesterday. And plus, we are on old tire. So today's race for me is very, very tough at the beginning because I know the guys behind me is on new tires and I'm on old. So, but I know the advantage is going to be only the first couple of laps. Then after that, we can manage to pull away a little bit. So I'm really, really happy. We get 6 wins in a row and great thanks to the team.
So what's your goal next?
Well, my goal is to finish all the rest of the race. Always.
Okay, congratulations again. Thank you very much.
It's been an extraordinary run. You can't take anything away from the team, Zhuzhou Racing and Liu He. Unbelievable stuff. All right, back to winning ways for Lu Wei after a crash yesterday.
Hello everyone, let's have a talk with Lu Wei from RMB Racing. How do you feel after yesterday's chaos and now get back to your place again?
I feel a lot of pressure. Because after yesterday, the points of the championship always became even again. And today had a lot of pressure because we started on new tire yesterday, didn't work out. So today it's on old tire, I don't know what the other's on. And by the end, I was trying to save the tire, but then I see a car coming really quick. And I thought, oh, it's my buddy who crashed into me yesterday, so no passing. Today I'm just trying to not let anyone pass me. Today is a fun day. It was hard. Yeah.
Congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, that car was Daniel Lu Wenlong who crashed into him yesterday. His buddy, as Lu Wei said. Nice that he's still got a sense of humour about that. Yeah, as he said, the championship closed down to just 3 points yesterday, but he will have increased his lead by the end of this weekend. A little bit of breathing space. Not in the same class, Daniel Lu Wenlong, but I think you can hear in the voice there of Lu Wei, he wasn't prepared to give that position up again, or at least he wasn't prepared for Daniel to put himself in a position that he could put him off the track. Daniel charging back through the field. Our third of 3 class winners for Triple Ace Racing, Henry Kwong. What a run he's on, and that win takes him to the top of the AM Championship.
Let's have a talk with Henry Kwong from Triple S Racing. Congratulations again. Like 2 wins for this weekend. What were you thinking during the race?
Well, luckily I was at the pole position for the group, and I had a good start. Well, in the front there's a little bit like movement and fighting, but luckily everything passed through. So just keep it steady and in the same pace to win the race.
You're on the top of your group now. What's your goal next?
Well, it's a very tough season for me, and I'm lucky I have the chance to fight back to leading the championship for now. So hopefully we will keep it that way.
Congratulations again. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, since his non-finish here in the first round of the season, the worst possible start to the 2022 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia season for Henry Kwong, he's gone second, first, and first. That's pretty decent, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at what happened in round 6 of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. Off the line, the 777 got the whole shot. Not a brilliant getaway from the number 22 of Lin Keng. Li Chao right in the middle of the mix for Team Better Life as he went down to turn number 1. But by turn 2, the yellow and black car had already established a very decent lead indeed. Almost throwing away second place at the chicane early on, Lin Keng. And then the problem for Team KRC and Zhuzhou. That brought out the Taycan safety car for a couple of 3 laps. After that, the restart, as you were, with Liu He pulling away and establishing a lead. But first of all, he had to deal with that safety car restart. Ewan Ball looked really racy after that point, but his charge failed, and Daniel Liu went long, came through from 13th on the grid after his 10-spot grid penalty. Hangover from the race accident yesterday caused the red flag. Daniel eventually ending up 6th overall and 5th in class. Always plenty of action. Henry Kwong getting involved with some of the Pro-Am cars en route to his 4th victory in a row in the AM category. That was enough to give him the championship lead at the end of the race. Daniel Liu went long, driving through the field. Ewan Bo was a pass for class position. What a return to form for Henry Kwong in the number 91 car. Min Hung in the 66 and the 3 of Bianye had a good battle all the way to the end. Not for championship positions, of course, they're on different classes. But try and tell a racing driver when you've got someone to race against that you don't want to be racing against them. It's just not going to happen. Positions changing 2 or 3 times in the early part of the lap. So it's been a great weekend for Tang Robin. He has lost the championship lead. And at the front of the field, it's a record extending 6th win in a row for Liu He and Chunxi Racing. Daniel Liu went long, fighting back in the number 20 to 5th in his class, 6th overall. And Liu He has to find yet another winning celebration. This time, it was the hop, skip and the jump into his team. So, plenty of excitement. So the calendar for next year having been, or at least the locations for next year having been released. Looking like another cracking season for 2024, as once again it all looks very exciting, and it will be a season that takes us
Presentation for round
to South Korea, to Malaysia, to Singapore, to Thailand, Shanghai and Suzuka.
2022 in Zhuzhou for the M+.
So that's something to look forward to. But let's get back to the here and now. And here's Jade with the formalities.
Climax Racing, congratulations. Second place, Eric Kwong from Kitty World Racing. And our winner goes to Henry Kwong from Triple X Racing. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Lu Mingyao, Director General of Public Information Committee, Federation of Automobile and Motorcycle Sports of the People's Republic of China, to present the winner trophy. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Dario Garcia, Senior Manager of One Make Series, to present the second place trophy. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Ben Mark, Director of Motorsport Michelin Asia Pacific, to present the third place trophy. Let's take a group photo together. Our winners, you can interact with the camera. Okay. Are you ready? Okay. Champagne time!
Henry Kwong with his son on the podium, and the young man is very, very swift at getting away when the champagne corks are popped. So that was the Pro-Am. We'll go to Pro in a moment. So just in case you missed that, because I was a little bit hurrying through, Suzuka, Japan, Shanghai, China, Bangxian in Thailand, Marina Bay, Singapore, Formula One support there, Sepang in Malaysia, and the new circuit at Yeongnam in South Korea are the venues for the 2023 season of Porsche Carrera Cup Asia Pacific. Now, that's not to say that we're not looking forward to the end of this season, because we are, but great news coming out here at Zhuzhou this weekend, and the competitors finding out about that this weekend. I know they're already excited by what they've heard. Right, let's move to Pro-Am now, and a return to winning ways from a crash yesterday for Lu Wei. He'll be standing on top of the championship.
Ming Hong from Toro Racing, congratulations. Lu Wei from RMB Racing. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Lu Mingyao, Director General of Public Information Committee, Federation of Automobile and Motorcycle Sports of the People's Republic of China, to present the winner trophy. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Dario Garcia, Senior Manager of One Make Series, to present the second place trophy. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Ben Mark, Director of Motorsport, Michelin Asia Pacific, to present the third place trophy. Let's have a group picture together. Our winners, you can raise your trophy. 我们的嘉宾可以上台。我们的嘉宾可以先回座休息，请车手把口罩拿下。Ready? 1, 2, 3, champagne time!
That'll be a big sigh of relief for Lu Wei after the accident yesterday. Caused his DNF. Doesn't quite get back to the championship lead that he had coming in to Zhuzhou this weekend, but certainly a bit of breathing room against a very good field of drivers behind him. Min Hung there getting third place on the podium for Toro Racing. So that leaves us with the overall. Top three were all indeed pro drivers, in the pro category at least, and that wasn't the case, of course, at the last round at Xinjiang. What an extraordinary season it's been. Got to feel a little bit of sympathy for Lin Kang and the rest of the chasing group.
Next,
to come up on a season that has been so dominant for Liu Ye.
Porsche Carrera Cup Asia 2022 in Zhuzhou for the overall class. Let's welcome our winners. For the third place, Luo Kai Luo from Toro Racing. Congratulations. Second place, Lin Kang from BD Group. And for from Jie Racing. Woo! And the dealer trophy winner is Jie Racing. Congratulations. Now we are glad to invite Ms. Lu Mingyao, Director General of Public Information Committee Federation of Automobile and Motorcycle Sports of the People's Republic of China, to present the winner trophy and dealer trophy. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Dario Garcia, Senior Manager 1MAX Series, to present the second place trophy. Now we are glad to invite Mr. Ben Ma, Director of Motorsport, Michelin Asia Pacific, to present the third place trophy. Let's have a group picture together. For our winners, please raise your trophies.我们的嘉宾可以先回来休息。Ready? 1, 2, 3, champagne time!
Well, Lin Kang went exit stage right to exit stage left to try and catch somebody with the champagne. I think that was Jade that got a fistful of the champagne there. What a weekend here at Zhuzhou for rounds 5 and 6 of the 2022 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. A record extending 6th consecutive win for Liu Ye and Qingxi Racing. And the rest of the championships closing up nicely behind. Liu Wei back to winning ways, and Henry Kwong takes the top spot in the AMP. For all the team, I'm John Hindhaugh. Bye-bye.
On the road to victory, we compete with the best, with ourselves. Making the most of every second, every corner. We fight, we push the limits. Be it sweat or tears, barriers or curves, together we race, and stronger we rise.
Five lights will illuminate when they go out.
2022 Porsche Carrera Cup Asia begins now.